It doesn't even matter anyway.
Who can rely on the old man's money? You can rely on the old man's money.
It's a bitch girl.
Bitch girl.
We were saying in the car that Gen Z is definitely the gayest and cringiest generation, right?
Gayest for sure. I don't know about cringiest.
I think they're pretty cringy.
But like, it's because it's like pro cringe is what I meant by cringiest.
Oh, like cringe on purpose?
Yeah.
Yeah, they embrace the cringe.
There's definitely more cringe on purpose in Gen Z.
It's a Bane thing where like the past generations were like adopted the cringe.
Raised in the cringe.
Yeah, but we were born in
Born.
it.
Yeah. I merely embrace the cringe.
You embrace the cringe.
By the time that I saw what's the opposite of cringe? I guess acceptable.
Based. Yeah, it's based.
Based, yeah.
I don't think that's
How old am I?
I don't think that's
I don't think it is
I
the
don't
opposite.
think that's inaccurate.
Based. That's what I've been told.
Yeah. No,
Well,
but
my people.
but I think it mean like I don't think they mean the opposite thing.
Right, like think back, any time before 2007 or something, whenever the opposite of cool used to be gay. Like just because that
I miss
is
those days.
nomenclature. No, that's not what I was trying to say.
Xander's
I remember when I was on the schoolyard and
Uh-huh.
everyone's be like, "You're gay." I'd be like, "No, you are."
Wow.
That was what our fights were. And now it's "You're cringe." And then the kids
Is
my position.
cringe the new replacement for gay in like young
Yeah.
Yes,
children's
definitely.
circles for
Yeah.
describing things?
Yeah, for sure.
Huh.
Which is crazy.
I mean, I
because-
guess that's a good progression for humanity. That's good.
So you're pro cringe.
Sure, yeah.
I'm pro cringe. I think everyone should be cringe and embrace the cringe.
Okay.
Because like,
I think
no shame.
people that say based are cringe. That's my hot take for the day.
That is not a hot take at all.
I am pretty sure everyone also agrees
Okay,
with
That
that.
is a very
Good.
cool take.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I think I see protesters outside.
Oh no.
Is
Down
that-
with cult.
Why?
Down with cult.
And one of them
He's-
walked up to your microphone.
He said based is cringe. Down with cult.
The Elon fans are gonna come after
Oh
me.
no.
Welcome to Mouse Out of Wedlock.
Hey, you
Welcome.
asshole.
Maybe if you planned the timing of it better. Then,
No, I was
we'd look
about
do
to.
it. Yeah, well, you should have done it 1 second earlier.
Hey everybody, welcome to Mouse Out of Wedlock.
We're back.
We're
back.
back. We back, baby.
Up 4.
On the hottest day of the year so far.
Is that true?
It's fucking hot out
I
there.
didn't even notice.
Last pre-launch pod before we go live
Yes.
with this shit.
Yes.
So
If
introduce
we
us.
get canceled from the first 4, we won't know until now.
Yeah. we won't know until after this point.
Yeah, so anyone listening, thank you for listening this far. If you listen to any future episodes, we will probably be changing things based on your feedback.
No, we
No,
won't.
fuck you.
No,
Okay.
absolutely not.
They are not.
This
Send in what you want, and then we'll talk about
Yeah,
it.
this is the
and
Mouse
then
Out
not
of
do
Wedlock.
it.
This is Mouse Out of Wedlock. We don't listen to you. We don't care about your opinions. We are a couple of boys in Austin who don't care about nobody's opinions. And to my left is the man who doesn't care about it at all. He hates anybody's opinion, especially mine. That's Jacob Wheaton.
Have you said my name right?
I don't think
yet?
he has.
I have not, and I never will.
Okay.
And to my right is the cringiest man of all.
Thank you.
He looks in the mirror, and the mirror cringes back.
Shout out
It
Gen
is-
Z, represent.
It is Cole Joyce. And then we have the most base-pilled motherfucker in the world.
He's sludge pilled, boys.
I'm sludge pilled. I'm a sludge. I don't, okay.
You're a sludge pill, and you pill to sludge.
It's Xander. No. Ow, blend.
Did you just hit your face on the
I hit my
microphone?
teeth.
Oh no.
Dude, that's bad for the mic.
Hey, don't worry. I've been getting Xander back on the name thing. See, he hasn't been pronouncing your name right. Spelled this motherfucker's name wrong on all the YouTube
yes.
videos.
On all the content
Hell
that has been
yeah.
published. I even I took a screenshot of it. He's like, what's
so
wrong with
dumb.
this?
I'm so sorry, man. Like, I legitimately, it was not on purpose.
know.
I can't fucking spell at all.
It's fine. I
I
truly,
can't do it.
I want to emphasize, I'm aware of your issues.
Thank you.
And when you misspell something, I just point it out, but I'm not mocking
I appreciate
you
it.
for it.
Well, here's the
This is
problem.
mocking you
Here's the
for it.
problem. You did point it out, and you sent it again to me, and I still did it because I
Yeah.
had misspelled both your first and last name.
Wait, oh, you did Xandar Nolan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I misspelled your first and last name.
Yeah.
I was like, oh fuck. Yeah, of course. I missed one letter in the last time. Let me fix that. And then I made the rest of the videos.
Yeah.
It took like 8 hours of just like processing time. And then immediately, as soon as it like finished processing, I got a text from you. It was like, oh, fuck. Yeah, it was brutal timing.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
Well, you should have just left it because he.
I did.
Oh yeah,
I did.
He's not changing it. Cool. He's not changing it.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna be known in the first 4 episodes.
The first 3. The fourth one will be fixed.
Sorry, the first 3.
Yeah.
No, keep it 4. So that way it's consistent with us.
Consistency is important.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they'll be like, "Who's Xandar? And why do you get replaced by Xander?"
I did fix your first name is fixed. Your last name is fixed. You're right.
Yeah,
sorry.
my brother Xandar has been on this
Yes.
podcast.
Alex-
I'm Xander.
Alex Xandar.
Sorry about that.
Here's my bit for the day.
Okay.
I'm going to try this really hard. I've already fucked it up like 5 times.
You've already tried to get into this bit today?
Yes. So,
And we've just steamrolled it?
no, you haven't steamrolled it. I just
Okay.
haven't mentioned it. I'm the one who has steamrolled it by
Okay.
continuing to talk.
I see.
Is the bit that you're not going to talk?
Good bit.
Good bit.
Close. That's close to it. So I've re-listened to the episodes.
Yeah.
Great episodes. Man, we're funny. And one of the things I noticed that I do a lot is
Uh-huh.
I use filler words a lot more than you do.
Pillow words?
Filler.
Oh, filler words?
Such as?
Such as?
Such as, and I'm saying it for the context of demonstrating it to you, not
Clip this.
for ruining,
Someone clip this.
not
Okay.
for you ruining this podcast, but
Okay.
like,
Sure.
uh.
Yes.
I say those a lot.
You said twice on that
I
list.
said
Oh, okay.
like, and
You almost got
And
it.
one of those was a mistake. One of those was me thinking in my head.
I don't think you say it like an unnatural amount of times, but
I have not noticed.
Not necessarily an unnatural, but also you guys are used to my way of talking.
sure.
And I don't know if you've noticed right now, I am talking slower.
You do talk slow. I do chop out like bits of your audio to like tighten it up here
I'm
and there.
sorry.
It's okay. It's part of the deal. I'm
It's
happy to edit it.
It's how I do.
But yeah, it's okay, bro. I will say, as a person that edits podcasts professionally and recreationally, you're doing fine. You don't worry about the number of filler words. I've heard so much worse on a regular basis.
So I get that.
Yeah.
And I am going to endeavor to talk
That's great, dude.
normally.
Okay, you're not doing that right now.
Yeah,
Because
this is bad content.
Because
what you're doing right now is not normal. I'm gonna
no,
be honest.
I
I'm
know
gonna
it's
keep it a
not
buck.
normal. It's just going to take a second as I adjust my brain
Sure.
to not say the filler
Because what
words.
you're doing right now is kind of truncating every single
I am
syllable
aware.
and shrinking it down and putting little gaps in the audio for me to try to cut out is
Yeah.
what's happening right now.
That's going to be how this is going
All right,
to
man.
go today.
That's totally fine.
Until
It's a good
We'll
experiment.
rock with it. We'll rock.
yeah, no, this is an experiment
Experiment.
as
Ooh,
I
That's nothing. So.
adjust. So that's my bit for the day.
Okay.
is I am not going to use the filler words.
Okay. What do you need to improve?
Okay, great.
I'm
I
sorry.
based on listening to the episodes, I feel like, and this might just be because I'm listening for myself because I heard what you guys said, but I didn't hear me. I talked. I
Yeah.
feel like I talk a lot. Like it's not that I steamroll or not that I like. Sorry, didn't mean to say the
You can do
triggering
it.
word.
I just do it.
It's not that I talk a lot in steamroll as much as it is I will dive into stories and maybe give a little more than what you need for.
I think we are perfectly balanced.
Great.
I mean,
I won't change a thing.
I hear what you're saying, and like if you feel like a joke could be funnier because it's tighter,
Mhm.
that's always true.
Brevity is the soul of wit.
So, then that's good. I have a very similar note for myself, just basically like keeping on the rails. I tend to go off the rails pretty severely.
I think
places.
this is the podcast to do it.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
Like
No
to
rails.
Jacob, like your thing, like our chemistry. Part of it is that you'll go into these stories because you are a storyteller, and I'm a goofy goob, so I'm going to do the goofy goob things.
It's all part of it's a complex formula we've created
Yeah.
that makes the perfect podcast.
We're it.
We've done it.
The perfect formula. We're just
Yeah.
the numbers they use to get the perfect podcast. We're
Yeah.
the leftovers.
Are we gonna have a theme song?
I'll make us a theme
That's
song.
sick, man.
I
Yeah.
can-
Shout out Jake for making the theme song.
No, I've made a couple other songs. You make.
No,
It's your turn.
I've already worked with Colton making a theme
He
song
did.
for a
Yeah.
podcast.
Jake
for
made
him, so-
the marathon theme song.
Oh,
and Xander is melting.
Xander's also a very talented musician. He's made all the intro and outro music for Game On, right?
Yeah, for the streams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're okay. I'm making a joke about feeling left out. No, Jacob is the superior musician. Like, I actually believe that Jacob is a very, very talented and skilled musician.
What would you call the kind of music you make? Because I don't really know what to call it.
My two biggest influences are Wolfpack, which is funk, and 9 Inch Nails, like the second, third album area. I go back and forth between trying to be extremely funky and trying to be unlistenable acid music.
Yeah. 9 Inch Punk. 9 Inch Peck.
9 Inch Peck.
9 Inch Peck. That's good.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What do you want to keep? Do you want to keep doing music, or like what's the what you doing?
When I was young, I started playing guitar when I was around 10, and I had aspirations of being the greatest guitarist in the world, and I constantly felt like
who was your idol at that point?
At that point,
you were 10?
Slash was probably my first guitar hero that I was like in love with. Him, Tony Iommi from Black Sabbath, Dimebag Darrell from Pantera.
Okay,
these were like the three on the mountain for me.
Pantera's great.
Yeah, Pantera rocks. Shout out Texas. But then I just kept feeling these feelings of bad because I would go through months of not playing and then months of playing for hours a day, and I felt that I was behind. And it wasn't until I found comedy when I was like 22, when I started doing improv, that I realized this is my passion. Comedy is the thing that I want to be the greatest at in the world, and that kind of released me from the chains of music, where now, like, I'm not worried about ever making something that people will listen to, and as much as I want to just play things that I enjoy for the sake of me having made it. Sure. It's like meditation.
Yeah. That's really cool. I like the music you've made. I haven't heard a lot of it, but I've liked what I've heard.
I exclusively make music for myself. Like, anytime I've made a song, it tends to be just like, that's fun. I want to like listen to this when I'm high?
Yep.
Oh, so you make so you're like catering to specific things in your. That's really interesting.
Yeah, like I solely like make music for me because I don't plan, like, I'll put it up.
Is that a common? I've never heard
a lot of like at home
that.
musicians. They're making music for themselves.
Yeah.
I think.
Put on at a party. My dream with music would be to make enough music that my funeral can be supplied with only music that I made in the playing in the background.
Well, we'll just make the funeral short,
Yeah.
It doesn't take that.
And also, we can just use footage from old Alexander shows.
We could just play the streams.
Yeah,
that's
walk
great.
up
above your exit.
I haven't talked to Jacob White in 30 years, but we had a hell of a time. I'm only 40.
So I stopped talking to you 10 years ago then?
No, okay, so here, it's a complex mathematical thing. I went back and I froze in time.
All right.
Okay.
But my voice aged. So my body, aside from my voice...
Dude, it's like Looper. It's like Looper.
It's like Looper.
Yeah, it's like Looper.
It's the opposite of a burrito, where like your outside was cold, but your inside stayed warm. So your throat...
Yes.
Okay.
And then you kept going through time normally while I was frozen in time, except for my throat.
Right.
And you could have been saved by me if I hadn't been frozen in time. Anyways, you die, and then I do a fucking sick speech for you as a 40-year-old with this voice.
I can't believe you just recited the entire plot of Looper. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was Looper.
I will happily recite the entire plot of Looper if you would like me to.
This is the podcast now.
I didn't finish that movie. I watched like 30% of it.
Luckily, it's cyclical. So if you saw the beginning, it catches up.
It's fine. I lost interest.
It's a good movie. And funny enough, the last 30% is the part that I think is kind of boring.
Oh, great. I'll just leave it on a cliffhanger then.
Yeah, truly, like the first half, great. Second half,
sick.
The moment he gets to a farm, I'm like, I don't really care.
Hey, count that as a W.
So I'm decided to bring back a segment from the very first episode here.
Okay.
Word of the day?
No. Questions with Jake.
All right, here we go.
It's extremely
successful.
successful.
This went so well the first time.
Yeah, and in the second. Once again, I will just go. Well, first we should leave space for the theme song. There it is. Next up, I will explain how this segment works. So I'm going to ask some questions that I've thought of over the week, and hopefully it will generate some discussion amongst you boys.
Very exciting.
Awesome.
Okay, here we go. Is pizza crust getting too big?
I haven't noticed a distinct change in pizza crust, only styles of pizza.
Is pizza crust getting too big?
I don't think so.
Are we talking about like from the edge to the toppings? Like, is that what we're saying? Like it's too thick? Like too wide?
Sorry, I didn't specify. Is pizza crust getting too big?
Oh, great. I get it now, I guess.
I'm going to say I don't think so. My measurement is Domino's. It doesn't feel like Domino's has changed their pizza crust in a while.
Since the Domino's reconstruction, where they completely changed everything about their business and actually started making decent pizza, I don't think anything in their crust has changed. I think the answer to this question is no.
Great. We got an answer. We got 2 answers.
I think we're a unanimous no.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Jacob, what is your thoughts on this?
I don't have any thoughts on it.
Okay.
So next up, new question.
Thanks for bringing it up.
Thanks,
Here we go.
Jacob.
I got 2 questions left.
Okay.
So question number 2.
God.
Doctor Who shot JR. Is that funny?
I have never watched Doctor Who and don't plan to.
Well, what about
I'll be
Dallas?
honest. I have also not watched that. I'm sorry. Xander, could you help me answer this?
I've seen Doctor Who, and I enjoy parts of it.
Okay.
I have not seen Dallas.
Who's your favorite doctor?
Doctor?
That's
God,
the
this-
only question I'm knowledgeable enough to ask about.
There's
this.
it depends.
Yeah.
Because my favorite doctors tend to have the worst consistent writing.
Okay.
Like the showrunner sucks.
Okay.
I don't like Stephen Moffat.
Treat them like the Batman when you're picking a favorite Batman.
All
Like,
right.
don't treat it.
I
Don't
love
like,
Peter Capaldi as Doctor Who. I think he's fantastic. He's one of the best just like doctors. I really like Matt Smith as a doctor. I really like David Tennant as a doctor.
Okay.
I can really go through this.
So
I'm gonna
which
say
one?
Peter.
But which one of them shot JR?
Okay, that's a good question. Which Doctor Who shot JR?
Which one of them shot
I
JR?
know
Saying my
exactly-
question was bad.
What?
Yes.
No, Jake. We would never say.
I would. Your question was bad.
Oh.
I would never.
The
say.
Doctor Who the specific Doctor Who that shot JR, if there was a Doctor Who that shot
Yeah.
JR, is Eccleston.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
Me
but
neither.
I believe you.
Yeah, I'm on your side here.
So
Somebody freaked out.
Matt
in their
Eccleston, Stephen Eccleston. Look it up, Eccleston. Look it up.
home. Type it in. Eccleston.
Doctor Who, just ECC, and then Google will tell you which one it is.
Do we just? Are we just doing like a?
Eccleston.
Do we just need like a visual confirmation? of this?
Eccleston. Okay, sure.
This guy looks like a shooter.
Oh God, he does.
Oh God.
So this particular,
Yeah,
if
this guy.
we're going into the lore of the Doctor Who's,
This fucking guy.
the lore of the Doctor Who's, this particular Doctor was the one post like this gigantic space war that happened, space and time war that happened.
Okay.
And this particular Doctor was the one that like he witnessed like all these great war atrocities and in this kids sci-fi show. And he, in his episodes in the early like 2005, 2006 era, he was just like a miserable asshole. Like that was his whole Doctor character.
Right.
So he shot JR.
And that's what I'm saying. Like this was the particular. There is a Doctor in the early Doctor Who's who did use a gun at one point.
Oh,
he
that's
also got
fun.
shot a couple of times. I forget which one.
Let's find that.
I never
guy.
watched
I'm on
those. I never watched those early Doctor Who's. I was only a New Who guy.
A New Who guy.
That's the thing.
Oh God.
Okay, culturebox.co.uk. Doctor Who, a complete list of the times the Doctor has used a gun.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Oh God, this is long. So I'm not actually going to read this.
So there's more than I thought. It was just one time they used a gun.
One of the very first examples is him using a gun to carve letters into a wall of a cave.
That's pretty cool.
So that's good. I'm glad that one.
Thank you for bringing
Launched some
that up.
discuss-
Yeah,
discussion.
thank you for that question.
Thought that would be funny. Well, no one gave an answer. I guess the answer is no. Doctor Who shot JR.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
Third question, final question
that
in the
guy.
segment.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, no, actually, before we go on, but we are aware of the phrase "Who shot JR" being a big thing in culture, right?
I'm not.
So I think he's trying to use this for content for his Game On job.
No. Oh, that's actually a good point.
Because that's
a great
because
before and after.
Yeah, this
I hadn't
is
even
a
thought
great.
of that.
Before. I thought that's what you were going
No,
for.
I can't believe I didn't put that together. No, that's a really good before and after.
Who did it?
That's one of them. All right, so next up,
Did you ever see the Simpsons parody of that particular moment in
No,
history?
I wasn't allowed to
who
watch
shot
The
Mr.
Simpsons.
Burns?
Yeah, who shot Mr. Burns?
Spoiler alert! It
was
was Maggie.
Oh, that's fun.
Okay.
Love when a child murders.
Spoiler
Maggie
alert
lived.
for a really old Simpsons episode.
It's like season 5 or 6.
Matt
Here we go.
Groening
Final
is-
question.
get
So
over
and
it.
before
Yep.
so we can get on to the real
that
podcast.
episode, I think, is older than Colt.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but
Probably.
not older than me. Maybe it was right when I get. Okay. Final question.
You were born on the day who shot Mr. Burns was released.
Part
That's
1, and
that's
he was
a
part
pretty
2.
good origin story.
Pretty good.
So, in Batman, the animated series, Season 1, Episode 12, Alfred says to Batman, "You wouldn't want to be late to your 8 o'clock appointment," to which Batman replies, "Have I ever been late? To which Alfred replies, "No, sir, not once in all these years. But just 3 episodes earlier, a core plot point was that Batman was running late to a dinner date with Harvey Dent and his new girlfriend, Pamela Isley, also known as Poison Ivy. What's up with that?"
What is up with that?
I have 2 theories.
Yeah.
That episode was written and produced prior to the episode with Harvey Dent.
I have. Can I say the second theory because I think we're on the same page.
My other theory is I forgot what my other theory was. Give me a second.
Yeah.
You go.
The other theory, and I believe this is the canonical answer, Alfred has dementia.
That was going to be close to my other one.
Yeah.
Is that either Alfred has dementia or Alfred doesn't want his shit beat in by a psychopathic
One of those two. Yeah.
Batman.
billionaire.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's why he's stuck there. He can't tell on the guy because Batman will kill him. He'll
turn him into Batman. That's the other thing Batman does. He just kind of sucks in all these other people and makes them Bat people with it.
He
like
does.
Robin,
It's weird. I don't
Robin,
like it.
Nightwing.
Don't like it.
Red Hood, another Robin.
Red Mask, I think at one point is different than Red Hood.
It's the same guy, right? But isn't it different?
I think
know.
so.
I'm
They're
not-
all dumb.
I don't know DC Comics at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what is up with that?
like,
do you think Batman's
What's up
like,
with that?
is he like
What's
lying
up
to
with that?
Alfred? Does he know? Or is he kind of oblivious?
No,
to the whole
So yeah,
situation?
I should have made that clear. I didn't give enough explanation in that
Right.
question. Yeah, it's very clear in that first one. Batman's like, Alfred's like, "Oh, sir, don't forget you have this appointment with Harvey Dent," and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be late to that because he's fighting crime."
Right.
So that's a pretty central plot point is that he's late.
I think it's similar to how you're always like super nice to me 5 minutes before I'm hosting. Game on.
Okay.
Love bombing.
Yeah.
You're love bomb. You're like, you're going out of your way to be like, you're perfect. You've never made a mistake in your life. I love you. You do that every time. And it's great. It fills me up, buttercup.
Yeah, because like if Batman went in with like thinking thoughts of like, "Oh man, Alfred's right. I am late all the time." Boom, he gets shot.
He gets shot. He's fighting a guy who's like, am I late?
I see.
Am I late often? He thinks about it. And then he gets, shot, frozen, penguined.
Batman's a good
Jokered.
like visualization and like manifestation guy. Batman's really into that.
I have to talk it out to process things.
He's got a real big like dream board that he's keeping track of.
I got to step away real quick, guys.
Well,
Okay.
while he's gone, just
Yeah.
want to say that's been the end of questions with Jake.
Thank you,
boys,
Jake.
for indulging me.
It's been such a wonderful segment. I'm really looking forward to it coming back.
Oh, it's coming back.
Okay, good. Okay.
Oh God, something is dropping out of the sky.
Oh fuck. Okay. Hey.
It looks like some sort of bird.
Hello.
Yes,
Oh God.
Okay.
I'm not Batman.
What? Okay.
I'm close to it, though.
Before you reveal your superhero name,
Look at my costume. You tell me what I look like.
I look like a
like a sugar glider.
leathery bird.
I am both. I'm Sugar Glider Guy.
Wow. The marketing push on that, I'm sure, is great.
Sugar Glider Guy, running around, Sugar Glider Guy.
Oh, you got a theme song.
So,
That's good. Yeah.
look, I know.
Do you want to know my origin story?
I would-
Or you want to take a stab at it?
I'm
And
gonna
I'll tell
take a
you if
stab
you're
at
right.
it.
Okay, endow me.
I think that you are Alfred, Batman's butler, and one day you spoke to him and you said maybe some back talk, and he didn't like that, and he put you through a rigorous training course and then put you in this costume for a less intimidating animal than a bat.
We reading you like a book, Alfred? Are you read?
All right.
Oh,
So you found me, all right?
Oh, okay. All right.
I was affecting a voice there.
I liked it. I
Whereas-
thought it was really good.
whereas
Hey,
this is
I'm
your
going to be
natural.
honest with you. That's one of the better Batman voices I've heard. Yeah, I'm going to keep it a buck.
That's because I was teaching him it.
Yeah, really?
Really?
I was telling him when he was a little boy, I put a mask on his head. I said, do a real deep, gravelly voice.
Okay.
And I do like this. We're like,
So,
and then I've been doing it in an American accent where I'm like this.
right. I find it's so cool
Right?
that you can switch into an American accent.
Yeah,
we sound
just-
so dumb, don't we? We sound so
yeah,
stupid.
we have a terrible accent. I'm sure.
Well, okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I've been in America for more than 60 years.
Right.
And the thing that's interesting is at no point has my voice changed. I've been English this entire time. I know plenty of people who've been in the United States
Right.
from another country, and
Uh-huh.
eventually their voices change.
Well,
That's just what happens.
I assume for most of that 60 years, your social life has been limited to watching An Orphan Boy,
Right.
and you
so,
haven't done much outside where you would have picked up on a lot of things.
I have friends.
That is something that has never been explored in any medium that I can think of.
what do you do for fun, Alfred?
Yeah,
What, like, what's
tell us about your
your
life.
what's your
Oh,
hobbies,
yes,
passions?
Absolutely. I have a book club with some of the ladies
Yeah. Oh, okay.
around town.
That's actually that's kind of dope. Yeah.
that's
What are you
pretty
What are you
cool.
reading?
What you guys reading?
Right now, we're reading The Leaves of Margaret Bird.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what that is. But it
also
sounds,
don't, but it sounds real.
sounds
so.
real.
It's a real book for sure. And if it's not on the internet, don't worry. I got a free advanced copy.
Hey, if you're reading rare books in this book club, that only makes it more valuable.
We're
in my
rich. We're
opinion.
all rich. I don't
Yeah,
know if you know
I
this.
get it.
I'm paid a huge salary.
Yeah. So what do you do? Do you do anything else recreation? You like get out
Yes.
and about? You hit
Oh,
the town?
I do improv. I'm
Alfred,
part of the Gotham Improv Mighty. Excuse me a second. I
It's
can't
okay.
talk.
No, I
The
get it.
Gotham Improv Mighty Players.
improv mighty players.
Yeah, with the Gimps.
Okay. So that's what's the improv scene like in Gotham? Because it seems like pretty crime ridden. Most of
Right.
improv happens at night. I assume that improv is probably one of the things Batman is trying to stop in Gotham's nightlife.
You would be surprised. He's been to a show or two of mine. And
Oh, really? That's
Really?
that's
And
nice. of
we
him.
do the whole thing.
That is really the mark of a friend because nobody comes to improv shows.
No, it's only weirdos, and
Yeah.
he's a weirdo, so he shows up. It's great. So we do improv. The improv scene is amazing. It's very thriving. Lots of people
great.
go to it. Yeah, it's a great place where people who aren't necessarily on the law side are there, and then there's people who are on the law side but not really, like me, who are there. And we like to do improv together, and that's where we can kind of just hang out and see the human beings inside of each other.
What styles is the GIMP players? Are you guys
Oh, the
like long
GIMPs?
form?
Yeah.
We're short form exclusively.
Oh,
Okay.
Great.
So kind of like Who's Lying kind
Yeah,
of deal.
we do
or-
Who's
like
Lying.
comedy sports.
Yeah, comedy,
Yeah.
sports, that kind of thing. We one of the things, and you touched on this earlier. There's a lot of crime,
Mhm.
right? And we don't necessarily want to get into feelings, which is kind of what sometimes happens with long form. Is people might go a little to their feelings.
Sure.
And short form, we can get a quick set in. Someone might rob us, then we do another quick set of short form
Okay.
improv games. If someone's doing like a 15-minute mono scene, do you know how many times you're going to get robbed doing that?
Hey, you make a great point.
Right.
You make a great point.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna take this way back to the beginning of our
Yes.
conversation when you came in dressed as
Sugar glider
Sugar Glider.
guy.
Sugar
Yeah,
glider
and
guy.
I'm just a little bit curious what the Bat has you doing these days because it sounds like you've got a pretty fulfilling life outside of like the
Yeah.
vigilante stuff.
Has becoming a vigilante gotten in the way of your
Oh
social
my
life?
God,
Are you
so
missing
much.
improv shows?
Yes, I've had to cancel 3 shows that I
God.
couldn't go to.
That never
Well,
happens. No one ever cancels
Coach,
improv shows.
I know. I've been such a big jerk. Nobody ever does that. And
They're one of the most reliable things.
I know. That's what I've been saying. And they canceled that. It's been
I'm sorry,
not fun
man.
to me. I'm so sad.
But why are you fighting crime? Take this
All right,
take
yeah.
this positively. You are old as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
no, I am. I'm very old.
but I mean, you do have a history, depending on the lore. Of
In
which,
this universe,
Uh-huh.
I do.
yeah. So you have a history of being in the.
Also, this universe, I don't know if I'm New Zealand or
It's
English.
it's a little bit Aussie. Almost.
Yeah, I was thinking.
I was
Aussie
feeling a little New Zealand here.
Hey, they're all kind of.
It's because
similar.
okay, I'm going to be, all right. Okay.
Oh wow.
I've been American this whole time.
Oh
God,
God! What a
Alfred.
shift! Oh my God! Alfred.
Sorry.
Come on.
I'm going back to this, though. This is more fun.
Okay.
So
You
Alfred.
cut that part out. Anyways,
So
let me go back to the beginning of the story. One evening, actually. I
This
can't
is already falling apart.
It's not.
your story's not matching up, Alfred.
So the evening,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
morning
yeah,
is the
yeah.
evening because I like to sleep in.
Oh,
Well,
right.
because you have to work at night,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I have to
most
do a
years
lot of work, and he sleeps in. It's
Yeah, I get
fine.
it.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day while watching some Batman content. Is that like Alfred probably sleeps? Maybe he has to be on what's it called, a polyrhythmic sleep cycle,
Yeah.
because he has to be up all night with Batman in case Batman has an emergency.
Yep.
But then
True.
also it takes all day to clean that freaking manor, prepare all
I
the
have
food
help.
and everything.
I have
Oh,
help
okay.
with like the cleaners. They don't get. There's certain rooms they can't get into, but I have help with that.
Got it.
Same with like food and like going
Right.
like. But we're rich. We pay them not to be in the content that we produce.
Wow. Oh, I assume they have NDAs. and
Oh
everything?
yeah, so many NDAs.
You motherfucker. You motherfucker. Okay.
I'm just being real here.
I know you're being very real right
All
now.
right, thank you. So one day,
Okay,
one evening,
Go ahead.
Batman Bruce, he comes over to me,
Yeah.
and he says something about, I've never been a flaky friend. He says that. He
Right.
says that to me. He said, Catwoman, Serena says I'm kind of flaky. I was like, oh no, Bruce, you're a little flaky.
Right.
Here's the thing. In the past, I always just affirm him. I just reaffirm him, whatever it was.
Right.
So if he says, I'm never late to something, I was like, hey, you're never late to anything, Mr. Bruce.
That's a very specific example.
Yeah, in this particular case, he said, I'm never a flaky friend.
Right.
And I said, you're kind of a flaky friend.
Whoa.
I said, you're kind of, here's the thing. He caught me on a bad day.
Okay.
I didn't have my ceremonial grade matcha.
Damn, you're on like a one strike policy with Batman?
Yeah, he's like, oh, a lot of these criminals, he kind of gave it a pause, but I knew it's related. He said, some of these criminals are getting a little old.
Oh,
You
that's
know?
interesting.
So there's going to be some criminals at these
Interesting.
retirement homes. I'm going to need a new superhero. And I
Wait.
have this costume that I have been waiting, Sugar Glider Guy. And he then stuck me in a little Sugar Glider is what we called it.
The sugar glider glider.
The Sugar Glider.
Right.
And I glided over to the retirement home
Uh-huh.
areas of Gotham. And I make sure that old people don't get into fights.
Wow.
So
okay.
you're specific demographic for fight. So you're not like dealing with any of like the rogues gallery, the major hit
Right.
that we know of.
If they get to a certain age,
they graduate to you.
I'm
they
sure, like-
graduate to me.
so like,
So
what about
Penguin
like,
is getting up there.
Ra's al Ghul? Like
Ra's
he
al
is
Ghul
like
has the
immortal.
Immortal. That's where. Okay, so there's
Yeah,
like
that's
there's
kind of a gray area.
We start. Yeah, it's a gray area. Technically, I can help. It's one that I
Mm.
can help in.
You can appear.
However,
Yeah.
most of his crimes happen outside of Gotham that Batman has to go to.
That's correct. Yeah.
So I am only exclusively the geriatric community within Gotham.
Wow.
Wow. Very limited work.
What do you see happening? You said fights. Like, are
Right, I'm
people just
supposed to-
fighting?
So nothing really happens. It's me walking into a retirement home and
Right.
confusing old people.
Okay.
They're just
So they just think? Do they think you're Batman and like fall over?
Oh, there is absolutely no confusing me for
Oh,
Batman in this outfit.
I do have to-
You're right.
I have to
You're right.
ask, like,
Yeah.
so how long has Batman been Batman in this universe that we live in right now? Is this early Batman? Has he been doing it for a while? Is
Yeah. What
this-
year are we on?
Yeah.
All right, here's another weird thing about my universe. It
Mhm.
does not end. We're in this hell forever. And I think
Oh,
that's my real mission. Personally,
to end the universe.
Is to
Because-
make sure that all of the villains come to a certain age.
right, but no one actually ages. It's just the same cycle over and over again. Just over, we're reintroduced to the same idea.
So you're in a pre-crisis
right.
universe.
There's no.
We're
there hasn't, you
pre-
haven't realized the infinite Earths yet.
yeah.
Yes.
I see.
It's insane.
Though
Well,
you
I'm
are
aware-
aware of your own universe.
We're
being-
aware of our own universe and that they're all multiverses. However, our specific thing is stuck in this weird time loop, but we're sort of aware of the time loop. Like a cartoon, you know how cartoons never age?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are looking pretty thin over there.
Yes, I'm that.
That's.
Oh, where'd he go? He turned sideways.
Oh fuck. So
But I'm aware that things age, but also things don't age. It's so weird.
you're kind of hinting towards like your world falling apart a little bit. Is everything okay in your universe, man?
No.
Is your universe?
I'm dressed
is
up
your,
as a sugar glider, gliding in on my sugar glider into geriatric communities within Gotham, trying to stop crimes of old people when that is not necessary at all. My master, who is a billionaire, dresses up as a bat and beats up poor people, and he has recruited a bunch of other young people to also beat up poor people. I don't think we're okay.
Hey,
Yeah. Well, billionaires, crazy. I mean, just look at Elon Musk. Basically the same thing, huh?
He's in our universe.
Whoa,
Oh.
that's That's a.
He's-
Is he a super
Muskrat Man.
Muskrat. That's good. That makes sense.
Did he still buy Twitter?
Wait, why wouldn't he just be the muskrat? He's Muskrat Man.
Gonna be honest, real idiot. He's gotten shot 30 times.
He's got shirt.
Wow.
So he tries to do what
Yeah.
Bruce does.
Uh-huh.
And admittedly, Bruce, as
He's
psychopath,
an impersonator.
right?
I see.
As psychopathic billionaires go, Bruce is capable.
Right.
Elon, not so much.
Yeah.
He goes in, he gets shot a bunch,
Yeah.
and the thing, because he's rich, he always has a medical team ready to go. That's what they don't show you in Batman movies. There's a medical team driving along with him.
Well, thank you, Alfred, for filling us in on that.
I'll go into it. I'm writing a tell-all book.
Really?
Yeah.
How does Batman feel about you telling all in the world? Is he also aware of this time loop and the implications of nothing happening?
Is he cool with you talking to us even?
Yeah, are we getting on Batman's bad side?
I don't want to like step on toes or
So he's not going to like this. He's not going to like my book.
Right.
And I think he is aware of the loop because, I'm going to be honest,
Yeah.
I think he's the one doing it.
You think
I think he needs this world to stay exactly how it is because he doesn't want to move past it. He doesn't want to move past his trauma.
That's very deep.
That's really sad.
Wow.
That's deep.
Right.
Yeah.
Learned a lot.
Thank you, Alfred.
Yeah,
Wait.
thanks, Alfred.
I see a sugar glider in the sky. That means an old person's about to die.
Just like the sugar glider sounds.
Wow.
That was really accurate. Yeah,
What
Gold,
an interesting fella.
yeah, I think it's that he's talking about Elon in that universe. I think I remember seeing a video of something from that universe where they're fighting, and Elon's like, "Why can't I be a superhero?" And Batman's like, "I'm not wearing solar-powered hockey pads." And then, hello, Xander.
Hey guys.
Hey, Xander.
Ooh, I saw a sugar glider guy.
You know him?
Yeah.
So,
cool.
In the
I read his comics.
He's pretty nice, honestly.
yeah,
He's-
Alfred's a good dude. Oh, also, did you know it's Alfred underneath that?
Yeah, I'm aware. I read the origin story.
yeah, he just kind of reveals it in the middle. Like he just kind of just reveals it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy.
Okay.
So I watched the Harley Quinn show that was on HBO, and at some point,
Is that a new thing? I don't know about this.
relatively.
it's like last couple of years.
Is it animated?
It's animated. It's
Yes.
like R-rated.
Okay.
It's extremely
It's
like
R-rated.
it's like violent, and they curse a lot. It's really.
Do you ever
funny.
see her boobs?
No, there's not really sex stuff.
Interesting.
I mean, sex is talked about and everything, but there aren't like sex scenes. There's nothing like graphic. But anyway, Alfred.
Animated sex is so weird.
Alfred is
Yeah, I hate it.
I don't like. I'm gonna be like to be honest. I don't like it. It does not do anything.
I
for
remember
me.
one of the very first things that I ever saw whenever I was discovering porn when I was a child was Marge Simpson's boobs.
That's great.
I remember
It's good.
there's a great episode.
I didn't search for it, but it was there,
appeared.
and it affected
It was
my.
on iFunny or some shit.
There's something about the internet and Marge Simpson.
What do you mean?
She's
They
America's
lo-
mom.
They love to fuck her.
Yeah.
I'd love to fuck her.
Yeah, the internet loves to fuck Marge
That's
Simpson.
Interesting.
It's
I
weird.
have not run into that content.
Oh, dude,
but
I remember this.
That's interesting.
I
that you
remember
say
this
that.
other one that I saw. Like again, I must have been like 13 or 14 or something. And it's not that I was seeking out animated stuff or anything, but this was just like
It's
what
okay.
appeared.
I don't think it's like bad.
I also don't think it's bad,
Yeah.
but this is not like my taste. But I
Sure.
do remember this vividly. That's
You're-
why it stands out so much to me.
You're just talking about it and you're trying to do so much preamble that it kind of sounds like
Look, it's okay if people jerk off to animated like superheroes fucking and everything.
Thank you.
It doesn't get me
Thank
going.
you.
But the point is, I remember this so vividly because it stood out to me.
Yeah.
It's a like video, may have even been a GIF of Batman with a massive cock out, like his
Right.
cock is out,
yeah.
and Wonder Woman is on the ground sucking this giant cock, and then he
Okay.
comes and cum shoots out of her nose and
Oh
ears.
my god,
that's a lot.
that's so
I don't think any of
much.
those holes connect.
That's
I
so
know.
much.
Well, the nose in theory.
The nose, that makes sense, but like I don't see how cum can
That's-
come out of the ear.
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
'Cause then
Yeah.
you're gonna have to like, how are you gonna clean the ear holes, like those deep ear holes? Like you have to get like
Is that-
peroxide or whatever. And
I just don't like understand like the sexual appeal of that like image, that
Right.
GIF. Like that is not sexy to me.
I think
All
there's a lot of
for
vague
research, here we
like
go.
things sexually. I'm like, I don't get that, but some people,
I mean, go off if that's your thing.
Yeah, go off.
But
us personally,
come out
we
the
don't.
ears is not for me. I don't think.
Some
that's
people
what I'm
they
going for.
love cum coming out of that ear.
That's good.
I'm like, not me. Or
Oh,
me.
God.
Send me, hey fans, send me pictures of cum coming out of your ear.
You're really setting yourself up for failure here because The kind of people that are gonna be listening to this shit are gonna send you photos of that.
At James Urkel Jones on Twitter.
That's mine.
Send me pictures.
You say someone else on Twitter.
That's mine.
I'm sorry. At Elon Musk on Twitter. Send me pictures of jizz coming out of your ears.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm not seeing it.
What are you looking for?
He's trying to find
sucking
specific.
Batman's dick.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't need to see that.
He really wants to show it to you.
I don't need to see that.
At Show and Tell one year, I brought in porn.
Really?
That
No.
can't. Be
Okay,
true.
that's
not true.
was not a real story.
I started eating breakfast. I started eating breakfast.
And
That's
as a
something
result,
that's changed.
you are a millennial now.
That's something
Yeah.
that's changed since the beginning of this podcast.
Wow, that's beautiful. Is it because we talked about it at some point?
I mean,
Was it cut?
what do you mean?
I just don't remember us having a conversation.
No, we
about
talked about it. I think in the first
it.
episode.
Okay, I forget.
Maybe I could. I don't remember. But
No, that was left in. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure it was. I'm
This
not.
won't be. The specific, like, was it or was it not
Yeah,
left in?
yes, you're right.
Your bit, I want to know about your breakfast. What'd you eat?
I know. All
right.
well, the thing I've switched over to like breakfast shakes though. I'm not like eating food for breakfast.
I think one of the bigger mistakes you can make eating breakfast is getting too full, like pretty immediately.
That's interesting.
So like, cause like, you kind of have it ingrained. So you just eat like, some food and you might have some like real hardcore carbs on that. And you're just like, oh, I'm full.
My eating schedule is so awful. Like I only eat when I'm like violently hungry.
Ooh, yeah.
Like that's I like that. I don't think about it other than that. Like
Yeah.
I don't even keep track.
That's good. That's not necessarily a bad thing.
I don't know how it doesn't make me feel good. Like digestively.
Yeah, you may want to like,
But-
I know people who they have to have a timer to tell them like before they get ravenous
Yeah.
to like eat something so they're not ravenous.
But the thing is, like, I just get so focused on like whatever I'm doing. Like, if I'm editing or something, like, I'll just like edit for 5 hours, and then it'll be like, oh, I'm so hungry.
Yeah.
And
set yourself a little timer every couple
yeah,
hours.
I should figure something out. But
Like it's not like to like overeat, but just to like see where you're at.
yeah,
I've been.
I'm also just, like I don't snack. Like
Yeah.
I just don't eat unless I'm eating a lot
Yeah.
of food at one time.
So I found it.
You found?
I don't want to see it. He's just Jacob just wants is just showing it to himself.
It turns out it doesn't come out of her ears. It just like it just explodes like out of her face.
For content, I will watch this.
Hooray!
Oh, this is what site is this? Oh my god.
Pretty good, huh?
Jesus Christ. This is like, it comes out of her nose.
It's her nose a
Fuck.
bunch, which is why I mistook it for the ears, I think. You see how much that was. That's a ton of volume. So.
That's like Newgrounds porn.
And you can just see part of it. You don't have to watch the video.
You can put that in one of the. You can put that in one of the.
Xander snapped a photo of me watching this shit.
Well, great.
Do you guys remember when like there was like flash porn?
Do I remember? Yeah.
Okay, because you probably lived through this
I
one.
lived through it.
Yeah, like I had access to real porn when I was of age to see real porn. But yeah, flash porn.
You wait until 18, and then once you hit 18, you're like, I'm gonna go look at porn now.
No, but yeah, the flash porn thing was weird. I just didn't really understand that. Was that just like there was nothing else situation or what?
There essentially was like nothing else. Like
Yeah.
like in Newgrounds still like.
I mean, the internet was just kind of like shitty at that point.
Also, like you know, you can make it. You know, you can kind of design
Oh,
whatever you want.
sure.
It's hard to make good stuff, but it's easy to make stuff like that.
Yeah.
I
mean, that's like
Easier.
what
Easier.
deviant art is and Rule 34 and all
right.
that shit.
So,
But-
for instance, if I wanted to imagine, let's say, Wonder Woman sucking on Batman's
right.
thing, I could make that in an afternoon. I couldn't like hire people to make porn to do it or whatever, because at that point I would just
You're right.
be having sex. But I could make that in an afternoon, and I can bust that.
Yeah.
Hey.
If I'm that guy, not me. Again, I do not jerk off to this stuff. If you look at my
Thank you
search
for
history
clarifying.
now, it's in there.
Thank you for clarifying. I appreciate it.
So I gotta go.
This actually
Okay,
kind of
Jake's
goes
gotta
into
take off.
something I was thinking about because I applied for a job at you can bleep this Google and
Didn't say it.
Google
Oh, Google. Okay.
and
I'll bleep
one of
it.
my concerns was like, what if they look at my history?
They will.
Yeah, exactly. I was like,
that's the deal.
so I didn't apply because I was like, they're gonna see some fucked up shit.
I mean, but like,
I know everyone does, and also I don't want to work for Google.
I just if you can't do this stuff, like I feel like the trade has to be made, right? Like I'm okay never working for Google.
Right.
I care about
No, I am
this so
too.
much more. Yeah.
No,
I'm
yeah,
not saying
like-
you don't.
right,
I'm just
right.
saying but
It was just
it is
like-
a choice between the two.
A job happened to come up in my queue.
Yeah.
job applications. Like, I could do this at Google.
Do I need to censor Google now that we've said it a lot and like you're not working there?
No, I'm never going to work there.
Okay.
Fuck you, Google. It's old man Google.
Hey,
Oh,
fellas,
gosh.
no, it's me, Old Man Winter again.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, fellas, I'm back on the podcast.
Hey.
On the
What's up,
hottest day.
What's up, friends? It's
Hey.
me, Old Man Winter.
I'm really glad you got away from that ICE officer.
Oh,
Jake shot
yeah.
him and you escaped. So
Oh, I
I'm
wish
glad that
Jake was
happened.
here so I could give him a thanks or two.
He's a
I'll step
legend.
away real quick.
Oh, I don't think that's necessary, Xander.
Hey, what's up, I'm Jake?
Hey, Jake.
Jake,
we were
you-
just talking about when you shot that ICE officer.
That was really
Oh,
cool of you, Jake.
I scalped him.
Oh,
I was
what?
not aware
With
of
my
that.
That's,
12-inch Bowie knife.
that's pretty intense there, young fella.
Yeah.
I think we may be at the edge of the limit of what people will allow before they take action.
and Colt, wake up! It's an MK Ultra you were having. Hey, but I am real. Hey, fellas.
Hey,
So I
what's
just
up?
I'm
wanted to
real
come
too.
back. I just didn't feel like I got to explain quite who I was last time I was
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
You're not going to do that today
No,
either, old man.
You got rushed off.
Well, I am.
sorry.
I am a fully developed. I do have a history, and I want to be clear about what the scope of my powers are.
Yeah, so I guess the thing that we need to clarify, and
Uh-huh.
Xander backed me up on this, because we were
Yeah, I'm
discussing.
Xander right now. I came back.
Are you?
I'm Xander
what
right
are
now.
you-
Jacob was left. I'm here.
Okay, sorry, I don't know.
I just wanted. I'm
Yeah,
clarifying that for
Great,
everybody.
great.
Right, it was an
And-
MK Ultra that was Jake killing that IFS officer. We're gonna have to cut this part too.
This is gonna be so fucking confusing for me in post. I won't know what's happening.
All right, let's reset.
Hey, fellas, it's me, Old Man Winter. I'm back. How's it going, fellas?
Hi, old man
Hi,
Winter.
old man Winter. I'm so glad you're back. I'm so glad you escaped the ICE officer that was coming after you.
And he was just shot.
was
Nothing
just
else
shot.
happened to him.
And I hear that you have a fully formed backstory.
That's
and lore.
exactly right. I've got a lore and a deep history that I wanted to get into because it didn't seem like we got to talk about it much.
I think
Yeah.
it's question time.
Oh, yes.
How old are you, old man?
Well, they call
Yeah.
me Old Man, A, because I'm old, and B, because, well, the numbers start blending together when you get as high as as
High
high as
in
my
age.
numbers. Yeah, high in age as I am. Thank you very much,
My
young man.
question on that, old man. I'm going to start cross-examining you, old man.
This is starting to sound like a gotcha.
He's doing
We're-
the bad cop. I'll be the good cop. later.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
old
I
man.
believe you're not supposed to tell me that if you're going to do some sort of good cop, bad cop trickery.
No, I've double mind freaked you.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and you're going to forget it because you're an
Yeah.
old man.
Well, fellas, I'm not human in the way that you would classify a normal person.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
this is my first question here.
Your first question was, how old am I?
Yeah, my first question here.
Very fair.
Were you born an old man? Did you start off as Old Man Winter, or did you assume this title?
Well, so I exist before life on the planet itself does. I was here when there were no creatures in the ocean or no grass sprouting up top on the land, even before the CO2 got into the atmosphere. So at the time, I was just called Winter. But as life continued to develop, and then we saw, humans and how they looked when they got
Right.
older, they
Yeah.
started to look like I do. So I adopted the name
Oh.
Old Man Winter.
Interesting.
So this gets even crazier.
Yes.
You weren't some formless concept that embodied man as soon as man came to be. You instead looked like a man prior to humans existing. So when humans existed, they just so happened to look like you.
That's about the sum of it, Sonny. That's exactly right. And also,
Did you come on a monkey?
Oh God.
Well, so all I remember is basically there was nothing. This was what I assume my birth was, and then one day a big rock crashed into the earth, and that rock is now called the moon, and it awoke something in the core of the earth and her energies, and I suddenly appeared walking around and bringing the cold winter joy with me.
So here's the thing that we were kind of stuck on last time.
Yes.
Is your relationship with the weather.
Yes.
Because you keep saying the last time you kept saying like, hey, it's not the weather, it's just a calendar
No,
thing.
I re-listened to that episode. Jake sent it to me. And I want to be clear about what I am. I think I was internally consistent then. I respect...
That can't be true.
I respect the calendar, the Gregorian calendar, because it does a good job of tracking my habits of moving around. But the winter follows me. I am the one. I have the powers. If I wanted, I could go off track and bring winter here right now if I had to.
Why don't you?
Why
It's
don't
hot
you
as
do
fuck.
it? Yeah.
Well, like I said, I've been on house arrest, and now I'm not under house arrest, but I am fleeing from ICE.
Right. We are kind of curious, and I don't want to press too far into this
Okay.
because, like, I know it's personal.
No,
and I don't wanna ask,
please,
but-
I'm an open
I'm
book.
going into this. Whatever you don't want to touch on, I'll touch on. So good. Ask
Okay.
your question,
Yeah.
Colt, and I'm going to go in with the hard hitting ones.
I'm just. Why were you on house arrest? Is that something you can tell us?
Ooh, yeah, well, that's...
It's okay. It's okay.
Well, I assume how this is going to go is I'm going to tell you I don't want to talk about it, and then Xander's going to force me to talk about it.
yeah,
So I
do
feel
you
like-
want to? Here's the thing.
Although, realistically, the crime is not the most important part of who I am. It's more about the fact that I have been locked up and therefore have not been able to spread winter, hence why it is getting hotter. I did not directly cause... global warming. However, my actions in the past that I have apologized for and that I am currently being punished for are what have led to it being hotter. I would not like to devolve. Is that the right word?
Divulge.
I don't want to divulge exactly what it is, that I did that was so wrong in the eyes of the EU.
Convenient.
That's convenient.
Because here's the thing, buddy.
Okay.
You happened to be arrested in Texas after the winter storm last year that killed dozens of people.
Oh, yeah.
And instead,
you?
and here's the thing, social justice wise, I'm on old man Winter's side because Greg Abbott, Buck didn't stop with him. The Buck apparently stopped with old man Winter. He started playing. Greg Abbott blamed old man Winter for the snow apocalypse that happened last year instead of the failing infrastructure.
You were the fall guy. For the
Yeah,
snow
That's
apocalypse.
exactly what happened. I was the
the fall guy.
That's good. Yeah, no, actually,
Oh,
I know
I
old.
wasn't trying to do that.
I know old man Autumn, and he wouldn't like me stepping on his ground like that.
And the even crazier concept is the idea of winter.
Yes.
While weather existed, the idea of winter didn't exist prior to humans being. It's cold around this time. We should just call this winter time.
That's interesting that's what you think, but I was actually here during that time, and yes, I definitely, as a concept, existed long before humanity did. What do you think they named it after? You think the word winter just came out of their butthole?
So they're just like, here's that old guy. He's bringing winter. He's killing our crops. Fuck him.
Listen, I will tell you the exact story of how me and my siblings all came to create what you know as the seasons in human lingo. How it worked is I would walk around and I would keep, going and making things colder. And then as I walk around the earth and I come back about one calendar year later, I would realize, seems like it got pretty hot here. We should talk about it. I did have a hand in the snow apocalypse. It was not nearly as much. I was given the blame. I was a patsy, if you will, but
right. You were doing your normal natural thing, and then Greg Abbott failed to have correct infrastructure. I'm about to lean over towards Colt in a second, but I just want to emphasize it's not your fault. You're one of the causes, but it's not solely your fault.
Yeah,
you're a piece of shit, but you're not the sole piece of shit in that bowl.
Well, I'll tell you what happened, boys. I got COVID.
Hey, Xander. What? Hey, I think you need to lean into the bad cop thing and go really hard. And then when I hit the table, we'll switch. I'll be the good cop while you're the bad cop. And then I'll hit the table.
Boys,
then we'll switch.
It's very rude to whisper.
And then we'll get him to admit that he's been ruining the weather for everybody for a very long time.
Yeah, he shows how
this guy's full of shit.
Guys, I can't hear you. You need to speak into those mics
Hey,
a little
old
bit
man
louder.
Winter. Hey, I got some new evidence that came down the pipeline here.
Yeah,
and I'm reading it. I'm reading right now, and it's saying
it's nothing incriminating.
Okay,
you're good.
great.
You just let him read it. We'll get through it.
Here we have you were seen, and there's pictures.
Okay,
and you're on the logbook.
It's okay though. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about this.
Okay, well, cool.
Yeah.
Since you're being so nice about it, I'm not too worried.
You listen to me here, you son of a bitch.
Okay, Xander.
You
Quite sorry.
were seen on the Epstein plane.
Well,
Hey, a lot of people have been on that plane. I'm gonna keep it a bug with you.
You
A
and
lot
Matt
of people
Groening?
have been on that plane.
Wait, what was that?
You and Matt Groening hanging out?
Was Matt Groening one of the people found to be on the Epstein plane?
Yep.
Well, I never saw him in my time there. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. I
Well,
never really.
Okay, hey,
I
I don't know
don't-
what you.
Okay,
hey,
old man winner.
yeah.
All right.
I don't. If I was there, it's merely because
Hey,
it was convenient for me to go there
You
for
can tell
winter
us.
time.
You can tell us.
Well, winter does
You
come.
can tell
And
us.
what's this? Oh, is this preliminary meetings with the Weinstein Company to make a Old Man Winter movie?
What were you doing with
Oh,
Weinstein?
Gold,
What were you doing with
Gold, you've
Weinstein?
gotten so
Hey,
intense all of a
hey.
sudden.
What were you
It's
doing
okay,
with
buddy.
Weinstein?
Oh, you guys are really confusing me.
Oh, you were hanging out with Weinstein?
Well, this was back in the days. I've been around for a long time. I'm an old-fashioned kind of guy. So I think.
Listen, bud. Okay, you've
Cold,
been with
cold.
Weinstein. Fuck. Okay.
Hold back. I got you for a second.
All right.
Hey, man, I'm so sorry about my partner. Here's a Twix.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Oh, it's a
have-
lift.
Yeah.
Get that out of your
Okay,
hand. What
I'm
the
sorry.
fuck are you doing? You like that Twix? Huh?
I like
Oh,
it.
you like the Twix?
Yeah,
Oh, you like the Twix. Why do you like the Twix?
Well, it reminds me.
Oh, what does it remind you of?
It reminds me of all those
Oh,
women that
a little Havana memory? A little
Hey,
Havana
cold,
memory?
cold,
A little
cold.
Havana memory?
Cold. Hey, man, I'm so sorry once again about my buddy here. He just gets real riled up about the whole Epstein thing.
Well-
Like he wanted to kill Epstein himself. That didn't happen, so he's angry.
He actually seemed.
Where is Ryan Kavanaugh? Where is he?
Wait, is that
Where is Ryan Kavanaugh?
Is that the Supreme Court judge?
No,
okay.
that's a different Kavanaugh. He's also bad. But
He's also a piece of shit.
I don't know who this fellow is, but I do.
Why do you know the Kavanaugh from the Supreme
Listen,
Court?
It's
I
gonna
keep
be
up with the
okay.
news.
Don't worry
You
about
guys
it.
are,
Hey,
you
don't
guys are
worry
flip
about it.
flopping.
Were you in a fraternity with him? It says right here you're a fraternity brother of Kavanaugh.
Well, I was merely
can
an
tell
honorary
us.
member of
You
that
can tell us.
fraternity. Fellas, this feels very heated, which is something that as Old Man Winter, I do not enjoy. I'm here
Why
to
did you murder Greta Thunberg?
She, that little bitch was yelling all this nonsense about climate change. All I have to do is get off a house arrest, and then I can fix
got
this
it.
problem single-handedly.
We got him. We got him.
We got it. We
All
got
right,
it.
Ice, come on in.
All right.
Oh no! This is a sting operation. Jake told me I would be safe here. Oh no! They're coming after me. Take this, Old Man Winter, again.
Gunshot noises.
Gunshots.
Jacob!
Oh my God! Old
Jacob!
Man Winter is laying dead on the floor.
I'm very conflicted.
We're never gonna hear from him again.
Never again, unless we go to heaven in episode 7.
Okay, we'll do that.
Yeah, I love that dude.
Rest in peace, Old Man Winter.
Rest in
real
peace,
piece
Old
of
Man
shit.
Winter.
Rest in
Killed by
pieces
the
of shit.
killed by the government,
You
like
guys-
everything good.
We have effectively doomed the planet now. Like winter can never happen again.
Well,
He's already doomed, bitch.
yeah.
Well, okay, so here's the thing: trends.
Accelerationism. That's what I'm here for.
If you look at the history of global warming and everything, people talk about like what's it called? I can't remember the specific levels of how different the Earth's temperature tends to be over time. You will notice that in the last 200 years, it has rapidly accelerated at a faster pace than has ever been seen before, short of the asteroids hitting the planet for the large level extinction events.
Right.
Well, that's just a trend. It changed really fast. That means it could stop really fast. Old Man Winter was about to take care of it. All right.
I love the Republican talking points of the past on global warming.
Yeah.
It's so brain dead. It's so very low IQ of them.
It's obvious that if you just look at any of the science, it's two different arguments. To say that it's not real is ridiculous. To say that I don't care is an argument and maybe has legs, but
I don't think it does. I mean, it doesn't have legs, but at least
I
you're
get it.
admitting you're a piece of shit.
I get it.
yeah.
I get when someone's like, I don't give a fuck. It's like, yeah,
Alright.
I mean, what,
It's too late.
you can get 100,000 people to curb their their use. It's still not going
Right.
to put a dent.
My personal recycling that
the-
they actually throw in the trash will definitely help.
yeah,
I'm doing my part by not having kids.
Yeah, same.
Same.
I'm thinking about getting a vasectomy.
Especially after the
especially
recent-
after today.
just to date this bullshit because I am angry about it.
Yeah, same.
It was leaked that the Supreme Court is going to.
How did that leak? I'm kind of confused on how it leaked.
I'm assuming staffers either. My idea is GOP staffers leaked it, not for
Just for a vibe check.
yeah, vibe check. See where it's at. Truly,
Vibe check came back negative.
Yeah, and they're like, still gonna fucking do it, bitch.
That sucks.
if it's leaked, we can get mad about it now. and then a little bit mad about it when it happens, as opposed to everyone being extremely mad about it.
Exactly. They're like,
sure.
it's like doling out. That too, man. So like, not in like solidarity, I'm gonna snip my shit, but like,
I mean,
it would make life, I
It's
think,
for
a little
me.
bit easier if I got a little snip.
I just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah,
I
same.
mean, like it's like I don't want to in any way, shape, or form say like this is like affecting me. Like it's not affecting me.
No,
personally, like
No.
it's affecting people I care about and love, but like I don't want to like be ho hum about it. Like it's shitty. It's so fucking
It's real
terrible.
fucked up.
But it's so fucked. It's so fucked.
I also want to get a vasectomy, but only because I want to meet a man named Dick Chop. That's a real vasectomy guy here in Austin. His name is
There's
Richard
no
Chop.
way. Should we do that for the podcast? We'll all go get vasectomies
Yes.
together.
Yes.
and then we can never,
That's fucking funny.
and we never have the mouse out of wedlock.
You're
Oh.
right. Okay. Yeah. Wow.
Look at us.
This.
Well, do you
is
want to go
not-
on the same day, like have it like staggered by like
no,
10,
like I'm
50
saying,
minutes?
like make content out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, record us going in.
Go full Rhett and Link mode. They did
The
that.
three dude. They
got vasectomies?
The Good Mythical More guys got vasectomies on YouTube.
on like they showed
Not
their
live, but
okay.
like they made a video out of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Whose dick was bigger?
I don't think they showed the penises. Probably Rhett though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely
That's what I was
Rhett.
thinking.
Yeah, Rhett seems like he's got the peen.
Yeah.
When I'm watching either one, I'm trying to determine which one's Rhett and which one's Link. I'm like the guy who clearly has the big dick.
Yeah, for sure. I'm kind of serious about that. I'd do that.
I would totally do that. Because I also want a vasectomy.
I want a vasectomy. Sorry, Mom. I know you're listening.
Yeah.
My mom has not found this yet.
Oh, dude. Yeah. It's not posted anywhere.
Yeah, but it does not know the project exists.
My mom watches our stream every Sunday.
That's really nice of her.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
She texts me after. She's like, "Good job."
Yeah. My mom definitely expects me to have grandchildren. I've told my dad straight up that
Grandchildren?
to
Oh,
provide
for
her
her.
with grandchildren.
Sorry. Yeah.
I've told my dad that I'm not going to do it, and I'm an only child. Yeah, and like I feel like it destroyed a piece of his soul, thinking that like, oh shit, my family name is over.
Why do people care about that?
Immortality
It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, I know. I think it's really dumb. I don't
You're
understand
fucking
the
dead.
instinct.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Past that, you know.
yeah. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Like, what does it actually mean? Because like I don't know the names of any of my great grandparents.
Yeah. I will never take one of those genealogy tests. I just don't care.
I also don't want to give there's something weird about
Spitting in a tube and giving it to the government.
like giving it to another, like they already have so much information on us.
I'm kind of the same.
I also feel the same way.
and it just
not
seems
that-
like, and they're already gonna have like the
Yeah.
information from my family because they did it. So I'm
Not
like,
necessarily that it's nefarious, but that even if it's not nefarious, it could leak very easily.
exactly. Even if it isn't, like the company has 100% great intentions, they've all passed a morality test. They're all great human beings, which is obviously already a bar that they can't reach. Even
Yeah,
if they
it's
did do
impossible.
that, they're gonna get bought by a bigger tech company. They're gonna have blank
Or
use.
hacked.
They're gonna get hacked.
Yeah.
They're gonna get bought. They're gonna get all these things, and then all of a sudden, all that information Amazon now owns. Amazon now has all your DNA results.
Or like scammers
Yeah,
now have
scammers.
your information and they know you're prone to blank disease.
exactly.
So they can send you information.
Yeah,
being like,
it would be so shitty to have that information out on you.
hey,
So.
your doctor here. This is a phone call. Just wanted to let you know that it seems like you have a risk of heart disease based on some.
Hang
lab
up. I don't have a doctor.
Get fucked. Yeah, there's
No, that's true though.
I don't know. There's too much with all of that having information.
Yeah. I also just like, what am I going to learn? Like, oh wow, you're half Irish and half other European.
Well, there's
Cool.
some parts of it that like I hear the pro side of it, where it's like maybe like they show that you have a risk for heart disease or kidney failure or something like that.
But you can just go to a doctor and have that done. Just go to a doctor and get blood tests run.
Yeah, well, like
I
it
guess-
at least gives you an avenue of which to look down as opposed to just
I mean,
a general
I
testing.
guess.
If your family,
Just devil's advocate.
Sure.
Know?
Yeah, I hear you.
No, truly, and like another point on that, if you don't have family, like we're fortunate, we have families that have some form like
Family history.
yeah, of family history, vaguely.
Mine's super
Like
vague,
but you at least know you at least know your dad, and your dad hopefully tells you if he has blank.
What do you mean?
Like
if
any
it-
like, do you have a history of arthritis in your family? Do you have a history
Oh.
of diabetes?
that's what I'm saying. Like
Oh, sure.
Yeah, like
that
a
kind
medical
of thing. At
history.
least you have
there's-
that. There
I
are
hear what you're saying. I understand
people
what
who
you're saying.
don't have those opportunities.
Right.
Gotcha.
Like a friend of ours
Gotcha.
who doesn't know, who has no history on his dad, none whatsoever. And like if he wanted to have that kind of like the males on his side of the family, what do they do? What do they have? I kind of get that.
Yeah.
I think there's better avenues to find that information.
And also I'm like, but like you can see like, oh, my family does have a history of this certain type of cancer because of this thing.
Yeah.
Even if a doctor is like, hey, you're healthy, you might be more susceptible to this. It's
how accurate are those? Like, are those verifiable in any way?
that gets into the Theranos thing. You know, it's
fuck.
how accurate is this bullshit?
What does Thanos have to do with this?
First, they think you can't do it, and then you do it.
That's my Elizabeth Holmes. It's not very
you
good.
kind of went like it was half Elizabeth Holmes, half Mel Gibson from Braveheart.
I can't do the voice. It's so fucking weird. I can't do it.
Theranos, what is this?
I've been. Do you know? Oh, Theranos is this like it's a fake medical company that scammed a whole bunch of people.
And why you should never trust Silicon Valley with any of your information.
First you.
700 million from venture capitalists.
I'm
and
Elizabeth
investors.
Holmes. First you think they can't do it, and then you do.
10 billion
closer.
value at its peak.
That was good. The other one
The first one was
you're doing
bad.
a little bit of a lilt at the end.
A lilt?
You're
I don't know what that
you're
is.
doing a little Scottish lilt
Oh, sure.
at the end.
It's so hard. It's such she also did this like weird fake voice
Yeah.
for years and years and years. She's a psychopath. She's crazy.
Yeah, there's a great documentary on HBO Max about it, and there's a pretty decent Hulu series about it recently. And I say decent because like it doesn't touch on it, like it's just like here's a fun little thing that happened. It was a shitty little fun thing that happened. Like it's shitty,
Yeah.
but it's like we're gonna make entertainment out of it. It doesn't at all be like so. Theranos is a symptom. It's not the disease.
So
very much so.
The disease is venture capital in
I
Silicon
completely
Valley.
agree with that. Yeah.
That's the issue with the Dropout, that series that came out. It doesn't talk about how
doesn't hit
venture
that.
capital is the true.
It just talks about Theranos.
Yeah, it's just like Theranos, a scam.
It
Gotta
was a
watch out
bad
for this
actor.
scam. Yeah,
Sure. That's fair.
Well, do you think there are any like things that venture capital has produced that are like good for the world? In a net
Largely
way?
no.
I like the good is far outweighed by the overall bad of venture capital.
Okay, sure.
Overall,
Yeah.
and
100 to 1.
This,
I would say.
I hope no future employers, because I almost tend to exclusively work at tech startups,
Mm-hmm.
don't hear this, but I don't care. No one's gonna listen to this.
I've been kind of obsessed with like the scams that are kind of just allowed to exist in public. Yeah, I think I've kind of like, if I'm gonna pick a lane for YouTube, I think it's gonna be covering that kind of stuff. Just
That'd be
like,
fun.
just in a funny comedic way. But
Yeah.
like, there's just so fucking much right now with like crypto shit and
Yeah.
NFTs and like everybody's just running scams like crazy.
Is it
right
going to
now.
be a fun comedic way when they put a bullet in the back of your head?
I gotta find
Yeah.
me first. I got CoffeeZilla on my side. I'll be fine.
Have you watched Folding Ideas' video on NFTs? Do you know Folding Ideas?
I don't.
I'll have to link it. It's a great YouTube channel.
Do you watch CoffeeZilla?
I haven't.
CoffeeZilla.
You link me a video,
Sure, yeah.
I'll link you a video.
Yeah.
Jacob, don't you dare send
There's
me
a
Mount.
lot of really good like content about this kind of stuff. H3H3, which I've been watching for probably 15 years at this point, but they do a lot of good coverage on this kind of stuff. And it's interesting to me how prevalent it is and how like just the same people that are very famous public figures are running the scams.
Right. Give it like 5 more years.
Well, I don't even know, though.
And Elizabeth Holmes will be back in the market doing her shit.
She's going to prison though.
She'll be back. Like she'll be out of that. Like she still comes from a relatively rich family. I think she'll be.
Maybe.
And she's marrying a super rich dude.
Her net worth currently is $0. She's awaiting sentencing.
She's married to like a super. She's getting married, or
Her
she's
husband's getting tried right now too. She did it with her husband.
not that guy.
Oh,
So
Yeah,
that she
I
was
don't know.
never married to that dude.
Oh, I thought they were together.
The Indian guy, I forget his name.
Yeah.
She never married him.
They were together though. weren't
They were together the whole time. She's marrying some other dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's weird. What were you saying, Jake? Sorry.
I don't really have much to say. I'm
we're-
I'm looking through the rabbit hole here of trying to find literally anything good in the world that has come from a venture capital.
There's not much.
You can
Uber, but I mean, obviously,
Uber fucking sucks.
Uber's
Uber's one of
awful.
the evilest companies that's ever
I
existed.
totally agree with that, but like
Yeah.
you know, from a on the ground user perspective, it's great for me. Like it's great for my life.
Uber completely destroyed the taxi industry, and in a very violent, illegal way. Like they came into cities that did not want Uber to be there and just set up shop with no regulation, like in direct contradiction to law, like 100 times.
Yeah.
Shitty company.
like, I
They're
think-
so evil.
right. Taxi companies could have made some better.
I'm not saying taxi companies were great.
Right. Like
but
they could have made some strides to keep up with the times.
Yeah.
However, they were
I'm not saying
outbid it
bookstores were great, but Bezos killed all those.
Yeah.
It's kind of a
Yeah.
similar situation.
The cooler industry has been fucking destroyed by Yetis.
I think they predate venture capital, right?
Yeti?
Yeah. don't
No,
they?
Yeti
Is
got
Yeti a
some
VC?
Yeti got VC money
Uh,
for sure.
So I, as a former Uber driver, I obviously like agree that I did
Yeah.
it for like a year, and it was very clear even from that 1 year how much money I was making at the beginning versus at the end. It was just super exploitative. Like they're continuing to just drain the money that is going into the hands of the drivers. I don't agree with any of that. But you know, like objectively, like it's so much easier in my life now when I'm leaving the bar to just use my phone than it would be to hail a cab.
Well, the
or
service
a
is
bus.
fine. Like
Yeah.
the service is fine.
Service
Like
is great.
it's the same. It's the same thing as like Amazon is like, yeah, the service is great, but what is the cost? And
Yeah.
the cost is insane. The cost is crazy.
Yeah.
Exploitation.
Yeah.
Big sad. Big sad.
All
Support
I like-
Amazon labor union.
Absolutely, we support that. I think another kind of like point, like a lot of people, particularly weirdos, are like, yeah, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, that does more good. But no, that's just it's their wealth
Yeah.
that they're still like, they still own it. They just put it into this foundation so they're not taxed on it.
They're also doing some shady shit.
Yeah, and also the organization does super shady things.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I'm not knowledgeable enough to talk about it.
No,
but
I'll send you another great video on it. But
Yeah.
it's truly like, it's the same fucking thing. It's just these like great, huge foundations are solely started by these like billionaires at the advice of Warren Buffett, by the way, in order to like just use their wealth for charity stuff,
can't
but they're
wait for
not
that old
really.
fuck to die.
Yeah.
Same with the Coke bro.
Fuck Cook.
Here's
Bros.
my idea to fix the world.
Okay.
It's the exact same system that we have right now.
Okay.
No, it's not fixed.
Wait, let me finish.
But wait.
Let me finish.
Hold on.
But as soon as anyone dies, all of their money is equally distributed amongst everyone. All of their net worth.
Impossible to enforce, but I like the concept.
Let's write a sci-fi book.
Okay, sure.
Okay. I'm always down to write a sci-fi book. I don't know if it's going to be about this topic, but I'm down to write a sci-fi book.
It's interesting. Did we run the gambit on the VC talk?
I'm sure there's more we can talk about. I don't know if it's interesting to listen to.
I think what we've talked about so far is interesting.
Okay, yeah,
On
I'm
the
just
VC
being
stuff.
harsh. I'm being harsh.
Whenever I'm Googling this, and this is like, I think a symptom of the problem is I'm trying to Google like venture capital things that have made the world better. And all that I'm getting, like people's definition are best or good is only
Most
what has made a bunch
successful.
of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. As opposed to like what has like improved the quality of life on the planet.
Yeah.
There's
So-
another way to phrase that question. It would be, what venture capital has done the most good? Would that be it? The most
That's what, like, I'm
That's
typing
what you
stuff like that.
That's a good-
venture
yeah.
capital has done the most like
it's
charitable bullshit.
It's
even. I
just
don't know.
like it is a contradiction for venture capital to do good
Here we
because
go.
that's not what
Least
they're trying
Right,
to
no, it
do.
isn't.
Evil venture
Like
capital.
the goal of a
That
venture
might work.
capital is to hit a moonshot or
Yeah.
some other like buzzword bullshit thing. Like it doesn't mean anything. It's just people gambling with art instead of gambling with the stock market. You know,
Mhm.
it's like it's just not. I just don't respect it. I don't like it.
We don't respect it, but we are sponsored by
I'm not.
venture capital.
This is not. This podcast is not.
No, we are now. Didn't you get the memo?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we accepted
Uber.
Uber sponsorship.
the Uber venture capitalists who gave money to Uber. They have given out money to us. They say they want to transform the podcast industry.
Just
way
like
they did.
Uber, we're gonna turn it on its head.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That's good.
The New Media Empire Venture
Yeah.
Capital Group.
I used to clean windows.
Yeah.
And one of the places I don't work there anymore, so I can talk about this. Is this place we worked at? That it was a venture capital firm out in West Austin, and they were the worst clients we had.
Mhm.
So you know, basically, we clean the windows, we start on the roof, we go down ropes on the outside, we have to go back through the building to get there. This place would actually there were two venture capital firms out there, and both of them sucked. One of them would not let us use half of the building. We couldn't go through half of it. So like instead, that means we couldn't use their elevator. We had to go up 6 flights of stairs every single time with all of our equipment
That's
because
some bullshit.
because they didn't want to see the working class people.
Of course. Not.
And there was a second one.
Too busy drinking their free LaCroix.
There was a second one that made us work on Saturdays to come in to clean an entire side of the building because the CEO did not want to see us in his window.
Of course not.
So we had to wait and work around his schedule so we could clean his windows without interfering his daily life.
You can't see the peasants.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what it felt like. I mean,
so
like
bad.
you know, maybe they're arguing at stuff like security or whatever, but like
If they think you're not a real window cleaner, they shouldn't hire your company.
yeah.
Right. They would, if that was like truly the case,
Yeah,
they
that's-
would hire a different
That's some bullshit.
company that has like some
Yeah.
bullshit bonded. We do a billion background checks and we cost like $10 more.
Yeah.
The issue is they don't want to pay that $10 more an hour.
That's crazy.
They want
That sucks. I'm sorry.
slightly cheaper and never see you.
Yeah, it's so strange how often we were treated as second-class citizens because, like, on the ground, whenever I tell other people about it, people consider it like one of the coolest jobs they've ever heard of. But like in practice, we are treated like people who
You're treated like
we're not supposed to be
yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, roofing was the same thing. Like you're the underclass.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
that's what the fuck it is. Like that's what happened.
Ooh, here's another evil thing. Apparently, there's not enough diversity in venture capital.
Oh, yeah.
What? should we end it on that?
Are we there?
Yeah, it's an hour 25.
Wow.
So this one will cut down to probably like 15 minutes.
No. I
think we had some good
I
conversations.
think
and
this
good
was
bits.
a good episode, and I think you guys are being too hard on yourselves.
Oh, wait. Cult Court.
Oh, is there a cult court?
I have
this
a
week?
cult court this week.
Oh,
Wow.
what? Oh, no.
I have
A
a court
new
court.
defendant approaches the
I
stand.
have a court court. And the case is Jacob is a great friend.
Guilty.
Oh,
Guilty.
no,
I need to
I
present
lost one.
evidence. I need to present evidence.
Okay, yes.
He
I
helped
revoke the
me
guilty.
move large items from my tiny apartment to an even tinier little room.
Aw,
He not only did that, he did it in the morning, and then post work, he comes and does it.
what a legend.
You know, just to help me do a little thing. And not only that, he's given great ideas. He's doing like, hey, you want to do this? You want to do this instead? I'm just like, wow, that's so obvious. That's so like, oh, so good. I love Jake.
What a based god.
What a based god. Jacob White? That's right. I said his name correctly,
Whoa.
but never right in the intro.
Whoa.
Jacob White is a great, fantastic friend. And I needed a judge to hear the case and make it official.
In this court, Jake.
Okay, so before you give your verdict here,
Yeah.
I would like to bring a counterpoint.
Okay.
I think Xander chose this case so he could have a win in Colt Court finally.
Well, I mean, so
I'm not the defendant here.
you are playing different. There are different
Playing-
numbers
yeah.
involved here because you are the person. You are the person being tried currently.
You've
Right.
never
in
been
cold
tried.
Court, so.
We've never been trying.
Xander is 0-2. You are 0-0 currently
I
in cold
understand.
court. And in this case, you are guilty. So 0-1,
God
but
damn it.
on a technicality, it is a positive thing. But you are guilty.
I am guilty.
and
of-
0-1 in cold court. Congratulations,
Guilty of being a good friend.
God
Xander. Really
damn it.
razzled and dazzled you there. He really got one up on the board for you. And the leaderboards are looking like Xander 0-2, Jake 0-1
with
in
an
cold
asterisk.
Court. There is an asterisk, but
You're guilty as charged,
it,
buddy.
it counts.
There's no asterisk.
It
You are
counts.
guilty of being a good friend.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, thank you. And also, no, I lost.
Let's say our ats, boys.
Oh yeah. Do your plugs, boys.
Check out the Patreon. Colt will plug in the name of it here.
we don't have a Patreon yet.
Patreon.com/ we don't have a name here yet.
Let's get some views on this shit before we make a Patreon.
I know.
Okay, never mind. So here we go. I'll
Yeah.
start the plugs off. You can catch me at TheJakeb on Venmo. I do accept payments. If you want to send me money, that's
Yep.
great. If you want to look through my message history, I've done a lot of funny transactions. Most of them for the past few months have just been rent, despite the fact most of them are not rent unless the government is listening. Then yeah, that was all rent. But the old ones are
Right.
pretty funny. Some of the new ones will be funny too. So check that out. Send me money. Thank you very much.
That's a great plug. I'm just gonna plug my social media. It's Colt45Joyce, or if you're on YouTube, it's just Colt Joyce. Watch Good Evening or the other shows that are on there. Thank you.
You can find me on Instagram at Alexander Noland.
Do I need to change your tag? Because I have you tagged as at @aholealex.
That's on Twitter.
Do you?
I'm not consistent across the platforms.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds good. Yeah.
my
okay.
Twitter.
I'll cut out my part,
I
but
need to eventually do that. And yeah, Twitter at @aholealex.
Do you want? Which one do you want plugged? Because I think, in my personal opinion, Twitter is the thing to plug.
All right, Twitter me at @aholealex on private until I get a new.
Also, isn't it AHOL, not HOLE?
Yeah, there's no E. Don't worry, it's in the description.
It's in the description. I did not spell that wrong. It is spelled
eventually I am going to have consistent cross-platform media personalities.
Yeah.
So that it's easier to.
I've been thinking about this since middle school, boy.
No, you're great. Like the issue came up on our show Friday night. We finished our set. Everybody had a great time, and the host was like, "Yeah, what are your ats? Like, what can I like? Where do y'all want to like? If you do comedy somewhere else, where do you do it?
Sure.
Because we're a last minute team together. We're like, I don't know.
Yeah, we stumbled around for a minute, and then I was just like, "Check out Game On," and that was it.
Sick.
So I need. What I'm saying is, eventually, I need a consistent media thing. Yeah, which I don't have.
My @ is on Twitter because I don't have any other really platform other than of course Venmo, which again you can check out. Is but my Twitter is Venmo, James Urkel Jones.
When did you get that? That's a good name.
2 months ago. I could not believe it wasn't taken.
That's surprising.
Yeah, that's pretty
really
cool.
Caught me off guard.
Okay. Well, that's the show. That's Mouse Out of Wedlock. Thanks, boys.
Thanks, y'all.
Bye.